Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my every Monday seminars, The Best Getting Better. I'm Steve Lentini, and I'm an author. I'm a published author of sales books and personal growth books. One of them is Imagine 30 Days to a New You. 30 Days to a New You, Imagine 30 Days to a New You, published by Justin Sachs and the Motivational Press Company, by the way, great company. They've also published my book, Sales Success for the Rookie. Sales Success for the Rookie, How to Succeed at Sales Right from the Start. And it's on Amazon. And again, Motivational Press is the publisher. And if you're looking to publish a book, they're a great publisher. They do everything they say they're going to do. They've done everything that they promised me, and they work with some very good people who were quick and efficient and pleasant to work with. So I'm glad to say that my work was published by Motivational Press. Okay, so what I do is talk to people about selling, and today selling is obsolete. It's helping people buy. So when I hear people say, "Oh, I could sell ice to Eskimos," I mean, those days are gone. Those are BS days. Those are the days when people needed convincing on maybe even buying stuff they didn't even need. And today, people are more concerned with buying stuff they need, having an expressed need, having an issue, something you can solve, a problem that you can solve. Let's say it's a business-to-business supplies, and their existing supplier is not as competitive, or maybe they're not timely with the deliveries, or I know some people who still have cutoffs in order to get orders into their computer system. I mean, today what you want to do is have your computer system or your production system for picking orders such that you can accept orders right up till 5 o'clock at night and deliver the next day to people. So your job is to get information and find out if they have challenges with their existing supplier. Now, let's say you're selling coaching or training like I do. Again, what you want to do is talk to people about what are some of the challenges in their business and how can you help them? And what have they used to this point in order to help them? And the way to be with people today is to have presence and mindfulness. You're helping people buy. That's what you're doing today. And to have presence and mindfulness, you have to leave the idea of you selling them anything at the door. I call it detaching from outcomes. No attachment to outcomes. There's plenty of opportunity. We live in a universe. There's an abundance of opportunity. It's infinite, the opportunities that you have to sell what you sell. The way to sell it is to help people buy, is to be interested in meeting people. Your job is to meet people and to get in front of enough people. It's to have an active pipeline, because we all know whosever job it is in business development. I've been doing this for 40 years. The key really is to be meeting people. That's the key. Your job is to meet people. Then you have a discussion about what you do, and you switch it over to them as fast as you can. One of my lights wanted to come into the camera. So that's actually better lighting. So what your job to do today is to meet people and then figure out if there's a place where you can talk about your business after you ask them about theirs. So what is it that you do? Hopefully they ask you, but if they don't, then you should have some more questions. Okay, so when it comes to your business, is your business growing? Are you happy? Are you happy with the culture? Are you happy with the productivity? Are there things you would change about your business? So it doesn't matter what you're selling, because you bring presence and mindfulness in the idea of helping people buy. Herb Chambers is an auto dealer in New England. He's got billboards that talk about, you don't like car salespeople, neither do we, right? They don't like car salespeople. They're teaching their people. They own a lot of dealerships. They're teaching their people how to be present, how to help people buy. the more comfortable your process and the more comfortable your method for getting information, you're going to connect with more people. And so you detach from outcomes. Yeah, you say, well, I got bills to pay, Steve. So what? Do you think the person you're in front of cares about your bills? Whose bills do they care about? Whose business quota do they care about? Whose sales do they care about? Yours or theirs? If you can help their business become more efficient, if you can help their employees focus on the right things in the business, let's say that you're selling training and coaching on culture and on presence and mindfulness. You would want to understand, where are there business leaders that are frustrated with the culture of their company and have run in what they're manifesting, right? That's what you're selling. You're selling them getting to the next level, helping them get their team energetically clients that they want and match. So you have to be the person that can do that with them. You obviously have to be mindful to be present. Can you imagine? You couldn't be thinking about selling them something and hoping that this is going to be a $100,000 deal and our company needs it, or a $300,000 3-year deal, or a $500,000 training deal. No, because for companies to invest that kind of money, how would they have to feel about you? Let's say you were going to be the coach delivering most of the training. How would they have to feel about you? They'd have to feel comfortable. They'd have to feel like they could trust you. They'd have to feel like their team could trust you, that you could build that trust and deliver that message effectively. Is that about selling something? So I have people that say, come on, Steve, no, you got to give us some techniques and tactics about selling better. I used to be a licensed trainer for the Sandler Sales Institute. It's a great program. It's a great program. It's been many years since I've been in that. I sold that license in 2003. Okay, so I transferred the clients over to other Sandler trainers while I made another career choice because I had a major health challenge. I was out of work 6 months and in the hospital 100 days, off and on, 60 days straight, and then off and on for out of the next 60 days, 40 days. So, I had a major event where life basically said, hey, you ought to be doing something different, Steve. And during, I took a job and transitioned those clients over to other people. And the one thing I noticed about a lot of training programs is they were focused on role play. Role play is dead. I don't care what anybody's argument is. Someone could say to me, Steve, I disagree. We need to be practicing and role play. What you need to be practicing is presence and mindfulness and teaching people how to be present and how to get information effectively and detaching from outcomes. No role play. I had people phone me and say, Steve, what do you say when the person says this? And in one case I said, why are you whispering? And the guy said to me, because I took a break. I'm in the client's bathroom and he said this and I want to know, what do I say? What that told me is the person was in their head rather than in their body. They were in their head. They weren't present enough to even understand what to respond when the client had a question. And this person owned their own business. So if you own your own business, it doesn't matter. You need to own your own business regardless of what it is you're hoping to help people buy, right? I'm not even using the word selling. You need to own it and have faith that your company can be the solution. And a lot of people don't have enough faith, so they're not present enough, and they're worried about selling something instead of helping people buy. What if you hear it's not a fit? If you're selling coaching and training, for example, there's a lot of people that may not be a fit for your program. So when do you want to end that? As soon as possible. You don't want to string them along, so you'd say, from what I'm hearing, Harry, it doesn't seem like we would be a good fit for you. And would you like to hear why it is I feel that way? and from what I'm hearing. And then now you go back over. So let me review what you're looking for and what you said. Here's what we do, and you go into what you do, making sure, by the way, when you say, here's what I heard you say so far, do I have it correctly? Right? If you're present enough, you're going to ask for input. Did I miss anything? Anything you'd like to add to that? Okay, here's what we do. And then you go over what your solution would be. And then you say, do you hear that there's a fit? They're going to hear that it wouldn't be a fit if it's not a fit. They'll say, no, you're right, Steve, it's not a fit. So then you can decide too, if you feel it, if you really feel it, you could say, well, here is a way to make it work, and I don't know if you could make it work. See, you might not know that they could change enough to work with you. And then you let the customer decide. Again, you're helping them buy. Now, there's all kinds of different books out there in selling, like the Challenger Sale. But again, that's helping people buy. If you understand what Matthew Dixon said in the book, The Challenger Sale, and I've reread it many times, it's a great book. I've also read Mastering the Complex Sale and the updated version by Jeffrey Thull, another great book. All these methods, when you boil it down, are talking about helping people buy. So in the Challenger Sale, if you're a good if you have a good understanding of what the client's looking for, if you've been had some great questions and you really understand from the information you have that the client is going down a wrong path, then you would challenge them. But that's the only way that they would believe you is because they trust you and they like you. That's the one thing that hasn't changed in 40 years of selling. People buy from people they like and trust. And if they leave you, let's say they start out and start buying product from you, for example, you're selling product and they leave you soon, it's because you didn't establish any trust. They don't know who you are. They just thought you were running in to make a sale and running out. And they get that sense from you. You're miserable. There's a lot of people that all they're in it is in for the sale. They're in it for their own money. Eventually, people get that about you, that you're a getter. That's it. You're not a giver. You're a getter. You take. And they get that energy, and eventually they run away from you. So if you're selling coaching, if you're selling training, if you're selling software, if you're selling equipment, if you're selling cars, if you're selling furniture, it's all about making the person comfortable and getting information about what they're looking for so that you can help them buy. What are you looking for? You came to our store for a reason. Or we have a meeting about coaching and training for a reason. What was it that you were thinking? What was it that you were thinking when you gave us the appointment? What are some of the challenges that you face in the company? Where do you see the company going? Have you set a direction? Do you have a vision for the company for the next 5 years, 10 years? What's your philosophy when it comes to your employees? But these are questions that I'm coming up with. I don't even know your businesses, but I can come up with questions. It doesn't matter what business you tell me you're in. I would have questions right in here based on what information do I need to know? Somebody asked me about something that I had very little information on the other day. They showed me a book and said, what do you know about this book? I said, nothing. I can find out for you. Presence and mindfulness, you can help people buy anything. But the key is, you notice I'm not using the word selling anymore, and I was proud to use it for 40 years, 35 years, 30 years. I started helping people buy. Even when I had the Sandler license, I knew that's where the market was going. It was changing to making a connection to business development people. You could say you're a salesperson still. I say you're business development people. You're relationship builders. You're out meeting people. So your job today is to meet people. And then as you're meeting people, you're looking for Where are the potential opportunities to connect with people who are looking for what I do and what our company does? And when you find that connection, now you're going to help them buy, because you're going to have enough questions and have done enough research on their company so that you have a natural curiosity and you honor it. You're going to help them buy what you sell or what you have, whether it's you or not. I love the Progressive insurance ads where Flo says, we're going to help you get a better rate, whether it's us or not. And they list on a board the different companies with the different rates. Then you make a choice. If I knew that an insurance company was less expensive than let's say Progressive or Flo, but I knew that that other company there were a lot of stories about how they are ineffective when it comes to paying claims, I would think about, who is it that I want to do business with? I'd pay a little more over the course of a year for someone that I knew was really efficient. I mean, I'm intending I'll never need a claim. Thankfully, that's been the case. That's what I'm intending. I do a lot of traveling. I do a lot of driving. I do a lot of traveling. So again, there's an energy to everything we think, do, and say. So what's more important than having a technique? Everything. Forget technique. The thing not to forget is how you show up, is managing your energy when you're in front of people, and to breathe and be present. And don't have commission breath. I call it commission breath. Commission breath are people who are only out for themselves. Their goal every day is to grow their commission. That's not a bad thing. It's just not your primary goal. My income grows all the time. It's not my primary goal. My primary goal is to meet more people that I can help with this idea that this is what you populate your salespeople with. You can populate your culture with helping people buy. This is what we do. Dispute resolution, helping people resolve their disputes with your company. And understanding what's a customer cost. So you can bring mindfulness and helping people everywhere you go. Certainly, if you're selling coaching, they have to see, the biggest thing to do is in coaching and training is to see that you can manage your presence, especially if you're teaching presence and mindfulness. So to become more mindful before you see a client, you breathe, come back down into your body and go over your list of questions and go over research. What do you know about the company? What do you know about this person that you're meeting with? You can silently begin wishing them joy, success, and happiness because it's a good energy. I silently bless people and wish them joy, success, and happiness. Because I know that's all there is I can manage my energy. Excuse me while I fix this light that seems to want to do something different. I can manage my energy, and that's all I can manage. I can manage what I'm projecting out. And you don't have to be perfect. You know, people would look at this video and say, well, Steve doesn't have the light set up right. Guy. And I don't care what you think. I care only that I can help you, and I want to be real. I want to show up as I show up. So I could edit the video. I'm not going to. Because we have to learn, it's not what happens to us in life, it's our reaction to them. And what you bring, let's suppose that the sales, you're in the sales interview that I like to call it now an interview, in the buying interview, you're helping people, you're there to help, you're gathering information, and you've got someone who's a little obstinate and they sit. So what you'd say is, I'm just feeling some energy that, and maybe it's me, that I'm doing something wrong, that I've upset you. I'm just feeling that, is it something I did? Whatever you're feeling, you find a way to say it because that's real. That's your goal, is to be real, not fake. If you're doing all the talking, by the way, I've been with people who talk, that's all they do is talk. And I come out in the car later and I say, all you did was talk. That's not a relationship. If you're doing all the talking, then you're selling. You're not helping people buy. Helping people buy means you have a lot of questions. You're naturally curious. You want to understand if they're a fit for your company. So, and how you do that best is you have an understanding of what's a good fit for you. Hopefully it's been pre-screened before you go there so that some of the low-hanging fruit is weeded out so that you're not spending time with people who are not a fit to begin with. So let's hope that's number one. Number two, when you get there, you're managing the only thing you can manage, which is the energy you put out, and you make it expansive and magnanimous by sending them thoughts of joy, success, and happiness. You're not going to be upset if they don't buy. You're going to be happy because you've helped them hear that they don't need you. And they're going to be happy. They're going to leave with a good energy about the whole process. And if they don't buy from you now, maybe it's another time they'll buy from your service or your product. I commend you. Someone else will be mentioning something, say, hey, I have a company that they're really good. This is who you should talk to. I spoke with them. It wasn't a fit. Our project was too small for them, or what they do was way too big for us. You get the point. Because you made eye contact, they knew you were really there to help them and that they could trust you. And that at some point you could even challenge them if you had to. Mr. Customer, Ms. Client, Mary, Bill, I've heard what you're saying before, and I've even seen people go in the direction that you're thinking about going in. Are you thinking about going in that direction? I'm getting that sense. Yeah, we're thinking about that, Steve. Okay, here's a couple stories that I want to share with you. So it was XYZ column. They went in your direction. This is what they experienced. Then they came back to us. And they said, you know what, Steve, you were right. We need to go in this direction. Why? What happened? And then they tell me. What happened is we went in the other direction. We thought we'd save some money, and it was a disaster. Oh, okay. I've had clients for as long as I've been doing this. I wrote this program in 2005, so 11 years. Now they're bringing me, as they rise up in their companies, along the way in their company. IBM Analytics, Watson Analytics selected me as an influencer. And so I work with helping IBM get their message out. IBM Watson, I should say, Analytics. It's a division of theirs. But I was selected, not that I was in a lineup. I just got a tweet one day that said, a direct message on Twitter that said, hey, Steve, we're interested. Our Watson Analytics identified you as an influencer. Would you send us your email so that we can speak directly? And I did, and I was their guest last week in Orlando, along with 3 other people. So actually, 3, it was me and 2 other people. It was a total of 3. There was a 4th, he didn't make it. He told them he was going to go and then didn't go. That's a negative energy, by the way. You keep your word. So I can teach you about the energy that you project, and I can teach you to manage it. I can also teach you to have questions and be naturally curious and help people buy. I can teach you how to be fully present and mindful. And if you're not closing, by the way, then you don't have enough people in your pipeline that are a fit to begin with. So somewhere you didn't do the work to disqualify people, and or your team is not doing good work to disqualify people. And that's about really understanding, with the end in mind, who are your ideal clients. Once you understand who your ideal clients are, then you want to have, let's say, the next ideal level. So you have the ideal. You can go over your client list and discover your ideal client, people that pay on time, that people that have easily buy your size projects and projects that fit for your company. They work well with your culture. You know, there's great ways for you to make an ideal customer list. Then you go to the next level of ideal. Well, we wouldn't say no to these either, so we have a bunch of these. So let's profile them. Then we have the walkaway point. Clients that we know from past experience, they didn't work out. Okay, so now you have the place where you would say it's not a fit. So the ones where you understand are the walkaway point, hopefully you're disqualifying them before your people go to meet them or even speak to them on the phone, because that costs money. Time is money. And if not, then your salespeople, your business development people, your coaches, whatever it is that you can, right? And whatever it is you're selling, it doesn't matter, because you're going to have presence. You're going to make a connection, and you're going to be there to help them buy. And so now their job is, if it's, they got beyond the qualification point, whatever team of people are doing that for you, now they're there to further qualify. Is it a fit? They're there to help the client buy. If not now, then next time, or a referral. Because you leave them with something positive. I believe that IBM selected me, that Watson Analytics selected me, because I'm positive and I'm doing things for people. I'm helping people. It's what I do. I help people. And so it's an energy that I put out. And out of hundreds of thousands of people that are on Twitter, I got selected. And I expect that that relationship will continue to grow. Do you hear the language that I'm using? I expect to help Watson Analytics, and I expect that relationship to continue to grow. It's what I do. I help people. I'm not looking to get anything. Something comes from the energy that I put out. Something comes. I've had tremendous money miracles in my life, and tremendous sales, multi-million-dollar sales, come from doing the right thing and putting the right energy out. When you buy my book, you'll find, I mean, if you're looking to buy a sales book, I can help you buy a book. If you're looking to understand the method about helping people buy, I explain it well in my book. I have Sales Success for the Seasoned Veteran on my website. You can buy that directly from me. It's self-published. How to stay at peak performance. And I have Sales Success for the Rookie, How to Succeed at Sales Right from the Start, on Amazon. You can buy that from Motivational Press and Amazon, and I certainly thank you for that. I'm grateful I get a piece of the profits. Okay, so either way, you can buy books from me. You can buy Wake Up, Jump Into Your Life. It's on my website. ProsperityInstitute.com is one of my websites. And I have Wake Up, Jump Into Your Life. That's $49.95 because it includes an hour of coaching with me on the concepts in the book. And an hour of coaching with me is over $300. I'm going to $600 an hour. Okay, so when you think about helping people buy, it's about breathing and being in your body and having a presence, not wanting to sell anything, but to understand what it is that they're looking for and to help them buy the best solution, even if it's not for you for now. Even if it's not for you, end up recommending other people. So at your walkaway point where it's smaller customers or however it is that you would walk away, you might have a connection or two in the industry that you could refer the smaller jobs to, and maybe they would cross-refer the larger jobs to you. Again, though, it's an energy of helping people. And when you're helping people, when you give help, you're going to get help. And when you give out a good energy, you're going to get back a good energy. When you're wishing people well, people are going to end up wishing you well. And the energy of the universe itself responds to what you put out. You're the one creating your work. That's part of my coaching too. That's why I call it universal sales training. I'm helping people understand that there's an energy and a bunch of laws that they can't see, like operating when you live in a universe. Helping people buy. being mindful, always putting out good, positive energy. Always. That's what you can manage. What you're putting out, throw a stone. Throw a stone into a pond. What happens when you throw that stone? It sends out ripples. My Wake Up, Jump Into Your Life book has a cover with a boat wake, because everything we think, do, and say is leaving a wake. What is the wake that you're leaving behind? If you're not closing, there's an energy that your team is putting out that's not working. That energy has to get changed. Doesn't matter what you sell. It might be that energy that they're putting out. It isn't might be. Because we're all creating cause and effect. We're all creating something from the energy that we put out, from the words that we use, from the thoughts that we have. I've met salespeople that were blocked. I knew it right away. They used with me in my presence. They used language that was self-limiting. So if things aren't working, your team has got limits. They've stopped somewhere in their mind. And people perceive it when they're with them. Let's say that you're selling coaching and training and you're wondering why you're not closing. One, I would question who you're matching up with. Has the ideal been established? And are you setting your energy to go only after those targets? Number one. Number two, somewhere you're out of integrity. There's integrity lacking because you're selling coaching and training and people don't feel a connection. They don't match up with that limitless energy that anything's possible. They don't feel an excitement from your people, or they don't feel a level of connection with your people, or they don't feel safe and trusted. They don't trust your people, and they don't feel safe with the person who's selling the coaching and training, because otherwise you'd be selling it. So making a connection and being mindful today and having present part of helping people buy. The other part is the energy of the unseen. How are you managing what you're putting out? Because what you're putting out is coming back. That's the beauty of life. You don't have to go searching for a master. You don't have to go to India and hang out with a guru for 10 years. The master is within. Life is the teacher. You're getting feedback all the time. If it's not working somewhere, you're not working somewhere. Check inside. Life is best lived from the inside out. You'll see that on my website, prosperityinstitute.com. Life is best lived from the inside out. If it's not working, you're getting feedback about something you're putting out. It's an energy that you have to change, and then things will change. The other beauty of this universe is the second you change, when you put something new out, you'll get something new back. It's how it works. Listen. Are you expecting a different result? If you keep putting out the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same thing back. Until I change, I don't get anything new back. But the instant I change, all those different actions gave us a different reaction, a different effect from the change in the cause. When I change, things change, and it's immediate. So if things aren't working, somewhere you're not working. It's okay. From the inside, you just need to think about, okay, so what is life bringing me? If I haven't closed enough business recently, then that means that I'm putting out an energy that's getting a lack of connection, I'm not making a connection, so there's a lack of closing. There's a lack of people coming that would make a connection with my business. Doesn't matter what you sell. Healthcare, equipment. Doesn't matter if you sell software, business-to-business supplies, painting services, cleaning services. Matters not what you sell. If you're not closing, you're not making a connection somewhere. And that's the biggest thing that I teach in my program, is understanding feedback you're getting from the results and that you created them. And then is to understand that next level, which is detaching from outcomes when you're in front of people is how to make that powerful, energetic connection, not closing them, right? You're detached from outcomes. You're there to help, and you're sending an energy. The only thing you can manage, an energy of, I'm going to help you make the right choice if it's us or not. You might even say that. Hey, that's my goal. I'm here to help you make the right choice, whether it's us or not. Together, we'll figure that out. That's kind of my process. There'll be a lot of questions. Do you mind a lot of questions? If it seems like a lot of questions at some point, will you tell me? And at some point, if you feel like we're not a fit, would you tell me? Okay, great. All right. Thank you for all those that stayed. I'm grateful. Every Monday I do this. Again, I'm thankful and I'm very grateful. Again, you can buy my book, Sales Success for the Rookie, How to Succeed at Sales Right from the Start, on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's published by Motivational Press. You can buy my other book. I have a chapter in this book. I'm a contributing author. It's an international bestseller, Imagine 30 Days to a New You. And it's published by Motivational Press and Justin Sachs. Good company if you want a publisher, a book publisher. You can get in touch with me at Steve, S-T-E-V-E, at S-T-E-V-E Lentini.com, L-E-N-T as in Tom, I-N-I.com. Let's do that again. Steve, S-T-E-V-E, at S-T-E-V-E-L as in Linda, E-N-T-I-N-I, SteveLentini.com. Steve at SteveLentini.com, or S-L, simple, S-L at ProsperityInstitute.com. P-R-O-S, there's Prosper, P-R-O-S-P-E-R-I-T-Y, Prosperity Institute. ProsperityInstitute.com, S-L at ProsperityInstitute.com. And my websites have books for sale. They have different newsletters and blogs and things like that. So I'm always giving out useful advice and tips for people to make better connection, change their lives, increase their sales. What's better than having more money, but what's better than having a whole bunch of clients that are happy with you, that you made a connection with, and that you're doing the right thing by? Well, what a energy that puts out for you. So I wish you all joy, peace, success, and happiness. You know I'm silently blessing you all. It's what I do. And you can phone me. My cell phone is 917-805-1088, 917-805-1088. I'm always glad to take your call. If I don't answer, leave a message. I'll call you back. See you next Monday. Thank you.